So hey everyone, back again. This week depends when you watch it. It could be today's lesson, next week's lesson, whenever you feel like it. Now obviously I'm recording from a video, so the lettering is going to come back out back to front. So we've done previous videos, we've looked at pattern, we've looked at shade, toning. This week we're going to look at shape, but applying it to an artist, so you can start to develop and expand maybe an interest in art or artists that you like, or it might be artists that you go, I really don't like their work, I think it's awful. When it comes to art and design, I never tell anybody how they should be or how they shouldn't be or what artwork they should like or appreciate. I think it's really down to the person, and you can walk in a gallery and be like, nope, I don't like any of this. Do you know, you don't have to go to galleries to be good at art or enjoy it or anything like that. So that's a big myth to bust. But I will introduce artists throughout the time for you to learn about, to look at, and to decide for yourself whether you like their work or don't like their work. So in terms of today's lesson, we're going to apply shape, but we're going to use it looking at an artist called Matisse. I'm not going to give you a background on him. I'm not going to do the art history part. What I would suggest, there's some really good videos out there on Matisse on YouTube. Check out the Tate website, Tate Kids. Google up Matisse, they'll have some great information on him there. And if you type in Matisse paper cutouts into YouTube, there's some good videos. There's a really good video explaining a show at, I think it was the Tate Modern several years ago, of the biggest show of Matisse's paper cutouts. And that's what we're going to look at today. He was an artist in his own right, a very good painter. He could draw, paint really realistic work. But what I want to look at and what we're basing the lesson today is on Matisse's paper cutouts, collages, but they are known as paper cutouts. So before you do this lesson, I'd go and Google him, go check it out, or maybe watch this lesson and go and look at some of him so you can see and understand more what we're talking about. Once you've had a look at him, there's a few options that you can do here. So you can draw, as we've done here, a page of shapes that we've seen in Matisse's paper cutouts onto a page just to inspire us, different shapes, and we've kept it really simple, outlined it. I've not added colour or anything like that. You could colour it in if you want to, but just to start to look at the basic shapes that he uses and apply them to a piece of art. So you can create your own little drawing of the shapes that you see. Here's another one, Matisse Ideas, some of the shapes we've seen in his artwork coloured in and kept quite simple. So that's a really good lesson in itself. Then what we want to do is we're going to have a go at creating our own Matisse-inspired collage. Yeah. So he worked at that latter stage of his life when he was unwell. He worked just with paper. He just cut out shapes and pinned them up on walls and make some really stunning, amazing pieces of work. So that's what we're going to do today. Here's a few different examples. Yeah, using simple paper cutouts. This one had a little theme of spring in it as well, so we introduced sort of a couple more symbols or elements to it, like flowers and stuff like that. I think this is one of my favourites. It is so simple. You can tell it's very much inspired by the Matisse paper cutouts, like using the shapes he uses and putting it together, okay? What I'm going to do with you, I'm not going to do a finished one. I'm just going to show you some ideas of how you can cut out shapes and use them. So I'll talk you through these ones first. These are obviously just different coloured bits of rectangles I've cut out. I lay them down and decide which order I like them in the best. Then I glue them down. You can glue them down as you go. You can glue them down at the end. I like to put things down, play around with them, move them around, and then glue them down once I'm happy with a piece of art. Yeah, super, super simple. And as I say, I want to keep the videos nice and short so you can get on with work and have some fun. So a couple of shapes I'm going to show you how to do. For me, what I tend to do is I cut out the outward shape that I want. So you can see that some of these leaf shapes have been cut out of a rectangle. So I get it and I go in. You can draw if you want to, if you don't feel that you can cut straight away. You can draw them. But if you see here, I am moving my paper as I cut, yeah? So I'm not trying to move my arm round, back and forward, but I move my paper as I cut. And et voila, I have a leaf shape, yeah? But the clever thing is, anything that you cut out, keep the piece of paper afterwards, because look, this is how some of these have taken shape. I can stick it down and there it becomes part of the artwork in itself. So keep them and you have some simple shapes like that, yeah? Really, really simple to do. Just, as I say, Google Matisse, look at his paper cutouts, get a bit of inspiration. Have a go first of all if you want. So I'll just flip back to the beginning pages. I keep everything in a book so it's all nice and simple. Flip back to his paper cutouts. Have a look at them, get inspired. You might draw a page of shapes that you see in his pictures. You can even talk to your mum, dad, whoever you live about. What do you see? Do some of them remind you of plants, of leaves, of underwater scenes? What do you see in his work? What kind of shapes do you see in his work? And you can talk about that. And then you can go on to have a go at your own Matisse-inspired paper cutout collage. Yep. As I say, I love these are my favourites, so I'm going to come back to these. Use whatever colours you want, use whatever shapes you want, and you might start off with yours based on the shapes in his pictures, and then you can start to expand to make your own paper cutouts of anything that you want. It could be, you know, pictures of your dog, of something that you love. Have fun with it. Really go for it and share your work. I'd love to see it. So if you want to head on over to Miss Ray's Art Lessons for Kids on Facebook, get mum or dad, or you can take a picture, take a snapshot, post it on the page for me. Let me know how you're getting on or if you have any questions at all. Yep. So it's really simple, looking at the element of shape, combining the artist Matisse into your work. Remember when you're cutting out to learn to move the paper rather than trying to move your arm. So move the paper when you cut. It's a really good tool and technique to use. It'll help you everywhere, not just in art. And keep the bits that you cut out. Don't think, oh, I can just chuck that in the bin. Yes, you have your leaf shape or your seaweed, whatever you think it is. But also these bits can become part of your piece of art as well. So enjoy it, guys. Have fun and take care. We'll be back soon.